And here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and good evening, and welcome once again to our game of deliberate misrepresentation, wherein our panel endeavors to figure out which one of three challengers has sworn to tell the truth. To Tell the Truth is brought to you each week by Geritol, America's #1 tonic.
When television first entered people's living rooms in the late 1940s and 50s, viewers watched 15-minute programs paid for and owned by a single sponsor. The shows looked cheap, and network executives resented what little control they had over the content. In 1952, to gain better control over content, NBC President Pat Weaver developed longer programs like the 3-Hour Today Show, the Hour-and-a-Half Tonight Show, and Spectaculars, extravagant televised productions performed live that featured the biggest stars and that, most importantly, lasted longer than a single sponsor could afford. The quiz show scandals were the final blow to single sponsorship, as America realized sponsors were willing to rig programming to build larger audiences for their products.
I made a very, very big mistake, and I learned about making mistakes.
All of this resulted in the now familiar system of spot ads. Over the years, spot ads have been an effective form of advertising, often filling 20 minutes of a program hour. Although sometimes annoying interruptions, spot ads have also given us some of the most creative and entertaining programming on television. During the Super Bowl alone, many viewers tune in just for the commercials. But television spot ads may be in trouble today. New technologies mean that viewers don't have to sit through commercials anymore. With remote controls, digital video recorders like TiVo, and video on demand, viewers can easily zip through spot ads or avoid them altogether. In response, advertisers have reevaluated their relationships with networks and discovered new and creative ways to advertise on TV. Increasingly, the television and advertising industries have turned to product placement, embedding their products within the TV program itself. These are TV ads you just can't skip through. There are different levels of product placement. Products can appear in the background, they can be introduced into the action of a particular program, or even more intensively, they can appear as part of the program's plot. Branded integration, or branded entertainment, has become so common that entire firms have emerged to do nothing but make deals with advertising clients. Advertisers and networks have been focusing their attention particularly on reality shows, simply because product placement is so easily incorporated into these kinds of programs. Shows like The Apprentice clearly blur the line between entertainment and infomercial.
Gillette has been making the finest shaving products for over 100 years.
With product placement, the advertisers are so ingrained and integrated into the content that it seems like the 1950s all over again.
I use them, I love them, they're the best.
I'm not upset. I got bromoseltzer. You can't upset me.
The TV industry is developing programs with sponsors and giving sponsors a say in how things are run. But one thing's different from the 1950s. TV just doesn't draw mass audiences anymore. There are still mass TV events on television like the Super Bowl, the Academy Awards, and the NCAA basketball tournament. But over the years, particularly with cable, the TV audience has become more and more fragmented. And fragmentation can be a good thing for advertisers because they more effectively can target their ad to the desired audience. But appealing to a niche audience is not enough for television these days because some media do it even better. Cell phones tell advertisers where we are. The internet completely defines our interest with every website we click on and email we write. Ultimately, the advertisers don't want to guess who we are, they want to know who we are, so they're moving their ad budgets to these new media. But TV has a few more tricks up its sleeves. Ironically, the technology that seemed to be hurting advertisers by allowing viewers to skip ads is valuable to advertisers because it can tell them who we are and what we watch. Digital set-top boxes, video on demand, and digital video recorders track viewers' choices as effectively as clicks through the web. One idea advertisers are experimenting with is the concept of swapping new commercials into shows taped on a DVR. Meaning, if a user tapes a show using a DVR but doesn't watch it until a few days later or more, the commercials will be inserted to appeal directly to one's marketing profile. Some companies are developing digital set-top boxes which segment audiences by demographic characteristics. This technology will result in advertisers targeting TV viewers with specific types of commercials. Similar technologies will be able to customize messages for particular geographical regions, cities, streets, and even homes. A person who has a history of ordering the on-demand Westminster Dog Show will have pet food advertisements frequently dropped into their shows. A person who spends a lot on cosmetics will see mostly beauty ads in their programming. Another option is a pay rate scheme, whereby viewers can pay more in return for ad-free programming. The more advertisements viewed, the smaller the cable bill. So here's where we are today, 50 years after the quiz show scandals outraged America. With product placement and branded entertainment, we're again seeing the breakdown of the firewall between television content
Has everybody heard of Sam's Club?
and the advertiser. But there's more. We're also seeing the loss of our own privacy. Television spot ads might annoy us, but they have never known who we are. Now our new technologies of convenience do something else. They tell advertisers more about us than we may have ever imagined. In the 1950s, the country was outraged when advertisers crossed the line. What's that line today?